Hi, everyone. What follows is a brief clip from my recent appearance on Linda G's channel. And it's about the work of an astrologer named Andre Barbeau. He was able to do some really great work on large world cycles related to the entire planet, all the different countries. And as a result, he came up with some really interesting cyclical graphs that describe with amazing accuracy the difficult periods and the easy periods across the years, covering more than 100 years. And I mentioned in this channel that this is something to keep an eye on because it's so powerful. And I also said that one aspect of it, I would be adding my take on what he said, because there are a couple of things that aren't quite clear in his graphs. But the bottom line is that they really describe with great accuracy some of the things that have already happened. And they in fact show that in current times, in the 2020 to 2022 period, is a very difficult moment, but that it does get better. So this clip that follows is basically to introduce the topic. However, I will be posting another video very soon where I go into more detail in regard to these cycles and their importance. So one thing that I'll bring up, though, that I am about to do, and I can give you a little preview, is
yes. I love previews.
There's this astrologer who's my namesake that I find fascinating because he did all this work in an area that I have not done work in. He shifted from personal astrology, which is my specialty. He got into world astrology. He was studying all these cycles, and he came up with this all these neat systems for graphing it. And by the way, this guy, he died at 99. And he died hours after his wife died, which is, really remarkable. It's like he waited for her to pass away and then he died, and he was 99. And he died in 2019, but in 2011, he predicted the 2020 pandemic. He said there's going to be a pandemic in 2020 because he had studied the cycles of pandemics, right? And one of the things he did that is really, really clever is he mapped an entire century of these cycles, and you can see the high points and the low points, except for these two that he didn't catch, which I'm going to throw my 2 cents in as to why what he says there, looks a little weird, because you think, well, wait a second, they're all making sense except those. There's a reason. So I'll be mentioning that.
Wow.
But
and we do have another one coming up years from now, right?
Well, here's what's cool. The cycle, we're in a cycle, the way he drew it, and he drew this in 2011 or 12, the way he drew it, 2021 is a peak of bad energy, right? So like 20 to 22 is bad, but we're now going into 2031. It gets better and better and better and better. So that's a good thing, to give us a little bit of hope.
That's good.
That everything is not going into the toilet. It's just that, there are some pretty dark forces.
Did he see the United States going through changes, or did he just see viruses?
No, he just pointed to a worldwide pandemic, right?
Okay.
He did work on the United States. I got to look at that a little more closely. He assigned certain planets more to the US, some more to Russia, some more to China, and he said a few things about that. But you can see in the US chart that the US is in the replica of the Civil War. We're in this until at least post the next election. And so, yes, it's going to make everyone very nervous, because there are going to be forces in play that are not going to be reasonable, right? And you're seeing them. I mean, the Proud Boys.
I see terrorist action.
Exactly. So we have to, the thing that I encourage people to do is realize that all of us are like minds and coalesce into a big mind. Stay positive, stay focused, stay determined to vote, and even hold the thought in your mind, yes, we're going to get through this. Don't play with ideas that it's all falling apart.
You got to have faith.
Yeah, you got to have faith, because the collective having faith in the republic helps the republic to stay alive. It's literal. That's why That's why people do prayer meetings and that. That's what you're doing. You're sending out energy.
You're
So
sending out
you know,
energy.
remind yourself, yeah, okay, I just saw this crazy thing on TV. I can't believe it, whatever. But hold the
Right.
line. You know, we're gonna get through it. It's really important.